gotta come back with me!
Greetings to Tromaville. For those of you who don't know, I am a big fan of the Toxic Avenger and most things Troma. I'm actually wearing my I Love the Monster shirt. Awesome. But we're here today for a Throwback Thursday.
As you can see from my collection here, I am actually a relatively large fan of Troma. I do have more Troma memorabilia than this, but I couldn't fit it all on the table, so it just showed some posters and some DVDs that could fit in frame.
And with all that being said, we need to get into this.
Let's start with saying this is for Toxic Crusaders, not the Toxic Avenger. The game starts pretty easily with a nice menu, and it shows you the name of the level you're going through, which the first level starts off as a horizontal shooter, ironically. And I don't understand it, but you can get most of the way through it without having to worry about anything. It's pretty easy, nothing really hurts you until you get hit by a car. Once you do that, you fall off the skateboard, and until you get back onto it, it turns into a beat 'em up level, which is unfair because the cars and things can actually do a large amount of damage to you before you die. But once you get back on, you can just avoid the cars and get all the way through to where it is just purely a beat 'em up section. It does take a little bit of time, but once you get there, it's a beat 'em up, and that's where some of the problems begin. Now, the combat and everything is kind of weird. You have to like hit them with the mop, and after you kill them, they drop power-ups, and with the power-ups you also go and clean up their melted bodies. It's kind of odd, but satisfying, even though the enemies take way too many hits to kill. But you can push through it. And then once you get to the point where you start running into helicopters, you can actually steal the helicopter from them if you jump into it in the right time, and it turns back into a vehicle game. Now, this isn't a big issue, but once you get in the vehicle, you can't do a lot of things that you would normally do in the game. Just shoot at the ground. So you fly through levels and shoot at enemies as best you can, even though they'll get in areas where you can't get to, until eventually you get into situations like I'm in here, where they just stay off the screen long enough for you to move forward. And then, in order to get out, you either jump out or you get it to blow up. In my situation, I got it to blow up instead. Then you got the second level here, where it's in a park. You're fighting random things like dogs, as well as those radioactive goons. Now, the level layout's weird, but it's a beat 'em up, so you can't expect much until you get to this section here, the dreaded water section. Now, the dreaded water section is hard because of one particular reason, and that is because if you step in the water even a little bit, you're dead. Let's go over that again. A guy cleaning up the city, if he steps into water, will die. Look at this again in slow-mo. Just numbling along, and then boom, gone. So, after that happens, you have to figure a way through, which my way was actually slowly but surely nibbling my way through until I could actually finally fight again, and then get them off the screen. No, wait. There's more. The toxic barrel hurts you. The thing that gives you power-ups hurts you. Are you serious right now? Are you freaking serious? Whatever. Alright, so I'm just going to fast forward through this level because it's just all the same over and over and over again. And it's just monotonous. It's long for no reason. There's very few enemies in areas, and they're all pretty easily dispatched. They can get through without taking too much damage. Your biggest hazards being the water. But once you get past that, you get to go to the boss. And the boss is a little bit different. It's pretty cool. It's a mutant plant dragon. Now, you try fighting it normally, and you can't. You end up getting hit with its fire or its heads, and it'll actually kill you faster than you can hurt it. So, after you die the first time, you start experimenting around, and I found that the only way I could actually hit it is to jump back and forth and keep hitting it with my extendo mop fist thing. So after you do that for just a little bit, maybe about 3 or 4 minutes, you'll eventually hit it enough times in the head, because you do have to hit them in the head, otherwise it doesn't count as a hit. But once you finally do it, you get this beautiful little animation right here of its heads melting and then it combusting. And then you're on to the next level, which is a weird underground bunker. Now, you get shot at with lasers, you have to avoid all the steam things, fight regular enemies, just stupid things that don't fit in the Toxic Avenger, but might be in the Crusaders. I don't know. I never watched the show. But you'll eventually run into these platform things where you have to use them to get around the hammers. That if the hammers hit you once, you will die. So you go up, and then here I got confused because I didn't know what to do. So I just kept jumping around until I figured out I could jump down. Once I did that, it's just more of the same, just continuously all the way through the level, the same thing over and over and over again. No variety, no change, just weird environment hazards and beating up things. Now, that's not bad, but it's boring. Then you run into this boss here. Now, it's the same pattern for this boss as the last one. Just jump back and forth, keep shooting your mop extendo arm thing at them over and over again until eventually you hit him enough times and he blows up. And it's simple. It's very simple. Now, this level, the environment hazard is the entire map, where you have the ability to fall off the map and everything is blind faith jumps. Everything. You can't see beneath you. You can't get the screen to scroll, nothing. So you have to inch along very slowly or you die. Now, that's not too bad, but as you can see, I only have one life left down there. So that means that I have to keep fighting and trying to stay alive on this one life until I can find another life, jumping between these platforms until eventually you get through it. Now, once it changes to the second portion of it, it's the same thing, but indoors. You can still fall to your death, though. That's not a big change. Just change of background. And once you hit those leaps of faith, you end up falling to your death like I do. And after so many continues, you get a game over. And then you have to start the whole game over again. The gameplay is pretty bad. It doesn't control very well. Everything seems stiff or too fast. The fighting is pointless because the enemies take way too many hits for basic enemies. The levels layout are confusing, and the sound effects are just terrible. I mean, listen to this. It's terrible. The music doesn't fit the mood. And the Genesis isn't known for its amazing sound effects, but I've heard it do way better than this. Like, this sounds sub-NES level in some cases. Other cases, it sounds like they didn't know what they were doing. They just started hitting a synthesizer while playing it. It's just terrible. That machine gun, for instance, is just raping on your ears. And you can't stop it. You just want to kill him just to get him to stop shooting at you, to stop the sound, with the same music track playing in the background. So, I never watched Toxic Crusaders. Never. I'm going to probably check it out after this to see how it's like, though.
I'm sorry, Lloyd. I really am sorry. I love you to death. I would love to work with you guys sometime, but I probably won't ever be able to because you guys are out in New Jersey, New York, and I'm out here in Arizona. So, But I have to give this game a 2 potato rating, and the only reason that I even give it that high is because it does have playability, and it almost is a reason but because of the Toxic Avenger character himself being well done looking in there, but it's just so not good. I was told that the NES version was a lot better, except for other things. I don't have it, but if I can get it, I will review it. I will play it. I will go as far as I can into it. The only one I will not play is the Game Boy game. I refuse to play it. James Rolfe kind of touched on that a little bit, but I can't. I cannot play that. After watching other people mess around with it, I will not do that frustration. I will not put that garbage in my Game Boy or my Super Game Boy. I refuse to. Alright, guys. Well, if you're watching Tromaville, anyone from Tromaville, even like sound guy, I don't care. If you're watching, thank you for bringing so much joy to my life with all your movies. But I can't recommend these games, at least as far as I've seen. But everyone else, remember, always follow your dreams. Peace, guys.
Hey guys, it's Hippokittie. I'm doing a little bit of a different outro today than normal. Normally, I just have a little thing talking about how you should tell your friends, tell your chinchilla. I still stand by that. Please tell your chinchilla. And tell all the chinchillas they must be aware of me. They must be aware of me. But yeah, I haven't done one of these videos in a while. The Throwback Thursdays. I haven't done much of anything lately. There's been a lot going on in my house. Miss Hippo's gone. I might be removing the Toothless Mom videos. Got new roommates moved in. We're going through a little bit of financial situation. Actually, I had to sell a couple instruments and sell a couple things. Just trying to get by. Starting my new job kind of didn't help much. But we're okay. But I actually wanted to take this time to actually reach out to y'all. I always end my videos with, remember, always follow your dreams. I always do. And this, mostly, sometimes I forget. But I mean it. I want you guys to follow your dreams as hard as you can. I'm doing it every day that I can. This is part of me following my dreams. Me playing into the chest and everything is part of me following my dreams. And I just want to reach out to you guys and reassure you guys that your dreams can be achieved. You just gotta work for it. That's what I'm doing every day here. I'm working at a job that I'm not a big fan of just to make sure I get bills paid. So I can keep doing this. So I can keep making these videos. So I can keep doing streams. So I can keep inspiring people. I know there's not that many of you guys that watch me consistently, but the ones that do, thank you. Thank you for believing in my dreams and helping support them. You guys are, how can I put this? You guys are amazing. Sorry, tearing up a little bit, but I just want to make sure that everyone can reach their full potential of who they can be, who they are. And I have to remind myself that every day. Because if it wasn't for you guys, the few of you guys that watch my videos, interact with me, things like that, I probably would have given up on this a long time ago. But I'm at a point now where I can't give up. I've gone too far. I can't stop. I want to change things around. I want to adjust things. I want to upload videos, do streams. But right now, it's going to be kind of wishy-washy when I can do videos, when I can do streams, because of my whole financial home situation. But I'm going to be here. I do check my messages on an almost daily basis. I'm working with other people on other projects. I'm trying to get everything I can done for y'all. But I wanted to end this one differently than normal. If you want to tell your friends, how about the channel? That's cool. If you want to have your friends check out a video on your on your stream, that's cool. know that I'm doing this because I want to inspire people to chase their own dreams, to do things that they love, just like others did for me, like James Rolfe did for me, like Cliff Burton did for me, like Marilyn Manson did, like so many different people. Like, for instance, in this one, Boyd Kaufman, he never gave up on his dreams, and I don't ever want to either. Because if you give up on your dreams, you give up on yourself. So, thank you. Thank you for believing in me, guys. And thanks for being here. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. I hope to see you guys in the next stream. Love you guys to death. From the heart.